Mad Libs. Let's code that. Welcome everyone to a tutorial today on coding, and we're going to be making a Mad Lib. Now honestly, I think Mad Libs are one of the greatest things ever invented, and so making it in computer version would be great instead of like having to, write down everything on the paper and then you can't use that paper again. You can have it all digitally. You can type it in, run the program as many times as you want. So let's just hop right into it. Okay, so we're here with our Mad Lib program. Obviously, there's nothing in here quite yet, and we want to make a Mad Lib. But before we do that, we need to define what we need to do, because we're pretty much stumbling blindly, like, what are we doing? What is our program trying to do? So what we need to do is create a way to store variable information, so the types of words that we need to input and the actual words themselves. We need to receive user input and put that input into our new variable or list, and then we need to put those in the Mad Lib story. So I'm going to put this up on screen a bit simpler because I don't know if I explained that super well. But anyways, let's start out. The best way to store multiple different things for our situation is a list. So we're going to make a list of strings, and we are going to call this words, because this is just the words that we need to input. And we're going to set this equal to a new list. And actually, I kind of messed this up. It's a list of type string, like that. That's how you're supposed to do it, not list strings. I'm saying what I was typing. So anyway, we got list string equals new list of string. So we've just created a new word list. Now, why we're not using an array? In lists, you can add on and remove from your list, but an array is a set amount. So if you wanted to add another word to your Mad Lib, it's a bit harder with arrays than lists. Now, we also want to make a list of type string, except this time it's going to be for the types of words we need to put in. So this will make a bit more sense. I'll finish explaining it after I just type this out. So word types. So when you think about a Mad Lib, it gives you a noun. You need to put in a noun. You need to put in a verb, an adjective, whatever. This is going to be storing those. So we need a noun, and then we'll put in that noun in this words list. And we need to put the types of words in here. So let's do it. Now we want to put all the different types of words in here. So what we're going to do is this. And I don't know if this should actually be like back here, maybe. So there we go. So inside of this is where we're going to put all of our different words. So let's say we wanted to start out our story, which also is another thing we need to think about. So what kind of story do we want to do? I'm just going to make one about computer programming, and we're going to start out with an adjective. So we're going to just do this adjective, and that's literally all we need. We can put a comma to separate it, and now we can put our next value. We're going to put a noun and our next value, and now we're going to put ourselves a verb, and I forgot to put quotations, so let's do that now. And then down here we're going to put another noun, and then finally we are going to do one last verb. So here are all the different types of words that we are going to have to put into here. This is the words that we're putting in. So if it tells you to put a noun, here is our noun right here, and then it would put it into this list if you could type it in. So we have our list of words, and let's write out our story. I think this will make a bit more sense if we actually have a story going. So let's put our story. So computer programming is a very, and we're going to leave this blank. We're going to put the adjective right here. So we're going to put a space, and that's all we need. And then console dot write line. And then for this line, we're going to put, you can create a program to, and then we're going to leave it blank. And this is where we're going to put our verb and noun. So we're going to put our adjective and our noun right here. Then we're going to put our verb and our noun right here. And then finally, we are going to put or 1 to help you. And then we're gonna put our last verb. So this is a very, very simple Mad Lib. Of course, you can change this to literally whatever you want, but that is our story right now. So we have the list of words we need. We have the story that we need to put those types of words into, but we don't have the user input, and that is the most important part of this whole thing. So let's do that. I'm just gonna save real quick, and if we run this program right now, we probably want to put a console.read key down here because it'll keep the window open. So let's run this program. So as you can see, it doesn't do anything with the list. It just says computer programming is a very, you can create a program too, or one to help you. Makes no sense, but we're going to make it make sense. So let's put in some user input. Let's put in the words that we need to put. So down here, we are going to create a for loop. And we're going to go for, and I is going to be equal, oh, what, come on. Int I, there we go, is going to be equal to the amount of words in here, because we want to put in 5 words because we have 5 different word types that we need to put in, if that makes sense. So if this ran 6 times, we don't have 6 words here, so we're not going to know what the last word we need to input is, if that makes sense. So we want this equal to word types dot count. And so this will be 5. This loop will run 5 times. Well, actually, it won't yet. So let's make it run 5 times. While I... Oh, crap, this is wrong. So take what I said earlier, except put it right here. While I is less than or equal to word types dot count. And then I will be equal to 0. So while this is less than word types, so while this is less than 5, this will run. So that it'll run once at 0, twice at 1, then 3 times 2, 4 times 5, or I mean 3, 5 times 4, and then the 6th time, this will be equal to 5, so this will no longer work. And the reason that's going to do that is because I++, this adds 1 to I. Okay, so now in here, we need to input this. I think I've already said that multiple times, so let's do it. So list, or not list, words dot add, and we're going to add everything that we put in here. So we're going to add console dot read line. So we're going to type something in, and it's going to add it to our list. And then really, I think that's all we need. Let me think about this. No, it's not. So we can, so let's run this program. Let's think about it. Okay. So it wants us to add a word here. We're going to go, hi, yo, random stuff. As you can see, we don't know what kind of words to type in because we obviously forgot to put that in there. So let's put console.writeLine. And because we're in a loop, we can't just put a line here like put in an adjective, because if you say that, every single word is going to be an adjective. So instead, we can do something else. Console.writeLine, and I'm not going to do put in, we're going to say, please enter a, we're going to put a space, and now we're going to use these that we put here. So please enter a, and then word plus word types. So we're just adding this on here. Word types, and now we're going to put the index of I. So basically what this is doing is I starts at 0. So we're getting the 0th index, which is going to be adjective. So it's going to say, please enter an adjective. Please enter a adjective. I don't know how to fix that. We're not going to, but that's a weird quirk right there. And then please enter a, and now I would equal 1. And that would be this place right here. Please enter a noun. This works because this 0, lists are a bit weird. They start at 0 instead of 1, and this is same for arrays as well. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. And this will run as long as this is less than 5, all of these. So this, theoretically, should work. And now that we've got that, we are going to add words to our story. So words of index. Now this is manual. And if you need to expand upon your story, you can just add another word here, and this should still all work perfectly fine. You just need to add the extra part of your story and the extra word. So again, we're accessing words, and actually this should be 0, because if you remember what I was saying, it starts at 0, not 1. So we're doing that, and now we want to add a period. We want our sentences to end in that. You can create a program too, and then words of 3, not 3, 2, and then space, words, 3. This is where we put the 3. So here we go. You can create a program to do, and then we're going to put a comma. Oh, that gives us an error. Okay, we're not going to put a comma. And then down here, or 1 to help you, and then we're going to put the verb, which is also words of index 4. And then we're going to add ourselves a little period. Okay, so we have our sentence. So let's run through the program, because this theoretically works now. So we make a list of words. This is empty. We make a list of word types. We put in the types of words that we need to enter. This will run this many times. We will put in 1 word for adjective, 1 for noun, 1 for verb, 1 for noun, 1 for verb, because word types.count, we're getting how many items are in this list, and that's 5. While I is less than 5, because it starts at 0, it'll do that. Please enter I, so it starts at 0, so adjective, and then words.add console.readlines. So now we're adding that to our list. So whatever we type in, so let's say we put smelly, that'll go right into here. Then it runs again, goes along the list. Now that we've done that, we come down to our story, input words of 0, so that would be the first thing we inputted, which would be an adjective, and then so on and so forth. We've constructed our theory, or story. And finally, I want to do something kind of fun. Instead of this, I'm going to make an off-brand Mad Lib. I think this would just be really funny. You have fun with your programs. That's what I recommend. Console.writeLine, we're going to say, welcome to Angry Libs, the copyright neutral, I don't think I spelled neutral right, neutral game. So this is called Angry Libs, not Mad Libs. And then we'll have console.read key. So when the user's ready, they can do that. So there we go. So we have this really funny thing. I'm also going to do console.clear. Now this just makes your typing a bit more readable. And after all of this, I'm also going to put a console.clear. So after you're done with all of this, it's just going to be your story. And why can't I spell console? So it's just going to be your story. There's nothing distracting you from your beautiful story that you've created. And this should be it. So let's run our program. So as you can see, welcome to Angry Libs, the copyright neutral game. I don't even know if I spelled neutral right, but it's copyright neutral. You get what I'm saying. So let's put in a key. Please enter an adjective. So as you can see right here, please enter an adjective. That's the first thing in our list. Please enter it. So that's really awesome. So let's put smelly, as I said earlier. Please enter a noun. We're going to put, let's see, what are we going to put? Candy. Please enter a verb. Run. Please enter a noun. Let's see. Should we make this weird, like computer? And then please enter a verb. We're going to make this one explode. So now let's look at our story. Computer programming is a very smelly candy. You can create a program to run computer. Actually, that makes sense. Or one to help you explode. There we go. We have a working Mad Lib. That's hilarious. I love Mad Libs. They're so fun. And the reason I really like this is because you can reuse this code as much as you want. With a paper, you know, you have to either erase everything you put already, or if you used a pen, you literally can't do that. So this, you can run this program as many times as you want, easily send it to your friends, and you can even go through it yourself without actually seeing the story and spoiling it for yourself, which I think is great. Like, I even went through this, and I didn't look at the story at all here. I just put in the stuff. So this is a Mad Lib. This is super fun, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to add something. Let's say we wanted to add another adjective. Okay, let's say we wanted to add another one of those. This code should still work perfectly fine. And now we'll put one more line, console.writeLine isn't this, and then we'll put the adjective. So plus words of number 5, which is really number 6. And theoretically, again, this should work because it's so easy to add on to this. It's really amazing. So if we run this now, I'm just going to put in random stuff here. Sad. That's, wow. Look, please enter an adjective. So this whole code works now. So we're going to say, awesome. Isn't this awesome? So this actually did come up, which is really, it's awesome. It is awesome. So it's super easy to add things to your Mad Lib, and I think that's it. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new in this video and had fun making your own Mad Lib, or maybe you followed along with me, or maybe you followed along with me and now you want to make your own Mad Lib. Whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you all later. Peace.